Pardis, and there's nothing normal about this bottomless beak. It's really crooked, bumpy, and my nostrils are different sizes. My nose growing up, I'd say first, second, third grade, was still kind of normal. It was about fourth, fifth grade when I actually started noticing the change in my nose. You know, I had the big beak, just the traditional Middle Eastern nose, and that was when kids actually started to tease me, and that's when like my self-confidence really started to go down. In the Middle Eastern community, but also the Persian community, people get their nose fixed. So when I was 15, I finally decided to get it fixed. My biggest fear of getting the nose job was going into my sophomore year and having kids notice. So I told him just to get rid of the hump, whereas my mom said, no, do the whole thing. The doctor listened to me and he just took away the hump. As soon as he took the bandage off, I was really happy with my nose. I went back to school and everything like that I had wanted, it started happening for me finally. I had more confidence, I had my first boyfriend, and my life kind of changed afterwards, for the better. But in my mid-20s, my nose started to look more crooked. My breathing started to get a lot worse. I started snoring. It started hanging down a little more than it did before. We went back to the original surgeon, and he said, no, your nose is fine. You should get a chin implant. So that started a whole new self-confidence thing. Now I notice my chin, but maybe it's that he didn't want to go back in and have to fix it. In my day-to-day life, I struggle with breathing, sense of smell, taste buds. Every time I look in the mirror, I'll go like this and I'm like, oh my gosh, my nose is completely crooked.
So we have a patient named Pardis, and she had a rhinoplasty as a teenager, and apparently something went awfully wrong. So let's get her in.
Let's bring her in.
Can you please send in Pardis?
Pardis.
How are you?
I'm good, how are
Hi,
you?
Pardis, Dr. Nassif.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Terry
Pardis,
Dubrow,
nice
pleasure.
to meet you. It's so insane that this day is here now because I've been waiting to sit down in front of a doctor for 10 years now.
Tell us a little bit about you, what happened, and what you're here for.
So, you know, when I was 15, I hit puberty. The hump came in, just that traditional Middle Eastern hump. And my parents were like, look, if you want to do this, let's do it. I was so concerned over going into sophomore year and having everybody know that I had a nose job that I said, just get rid of the hump. And he did.
The problem with just removing Pardis's hump is that will in fact make her nose look longer. So although the surgeon wanted to please her, he actually traded one problem for another.
I was initially extremely happy with the results. And then I started realizing my nose is crooked.
Okay.
I can't breathe. I get really congested easily. Every time I get sick, automatic sinus infection. I think because it doesn't drain properly or something. I don't know.
Okay.
All that stuff I feel like progressed. I went back to him and he said, your nose is fine, you should get a chin implant. And I was like, no, thank you. So we left.
Well, that's going to really help your breathing.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what that doctor was thinking. If a patient comes in and her nose is messed up, don't offer to do a chin implant. That's insulting to a patient.
I'm a light sleeper, so I can't go to sleep with her because I won't fall asleep. And when I mentioned it, she goes, you know, I think maybe that has to do with my surgery.
Yeah.
And so when we thought more about it, she goes, when I pull back on this part of my face, actually, I'm able to
Feels so
breathe
good.
through this nostril.
I think it's time to examine you. So let's go in the
Perfect.
room and
All
we'll
right.
take a peek at your nose.
Thank
Great.
you.
You know, when Pardis tells me that she has to use her hand to open up her airway by pulling on her cheek, that's a classic sign that she has nasal obstruction. So what I need to do now is get her in the exam room and check to see where exactly is her problem. So, here's what we want to do.
Okay.
Feel your nose, touch it, look inside.
Wow, look,
Yeah, she's collapsed.
it's turning right.
I mean, the tip is just kind of floating, no support. Check back. Do we have a mirror right there?
Well, you can see
There you go.
Let's have you take a peek. So here's your deviated septum.
Oh, wow. I'm really shocked seeing my deviated septum for the first time. I didn't think you could actually see it in a mirror.
The doctor took down the hump, but when you take too much bone down, you get down to cartilage. When you file down the nasal hump, you're left with a gap in the nasal bones. And to correct this, you have to fracture the bones. What Pardis' surgeon forgot to do is fracture the nasal bones. So now she's left with a gap, and that is called an open roof deformity. So you have to fracture those bones.
Okay.
We have to open up the scar again, do another open rhinoplasty. Also put a piece of cartilage called a spreader graft along the right side. Hopefully you have a good amount of cartilage in there.
Okay. I'm definitely scared. It's a lot more extensive than I thought it was going to be, but I'm really, really looking forward to being able to breathe properly.
Shall we do this?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
do it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Hi, I'm Pardis. I'm checking in for my surgery.
Perfect. Go ahead and sign in, and we'll let the nurses know that you're here.
I am feeling excited, nervous, a little nauseous. Pardis? Yes. Keep thinking, what did I get myself into? Okay.
All right.
I love you, baby. But I know in the end, it's all going to be a distant memory and, a little discomfort and pain. It's going to be so worth it. Will someone let my family know that, we're starting or?
Yes, we will absolutely do that. Yeah.
When I look at Pardis' nose, the things that I see that's irregular, it's more around the tip. I see that the tip is hanging. I see the tip is also overprojected. The nostrils are pulled up. My goal is to soften up that area to make it look more natural, fix the deviated septum, and also to make the middle part of the nose symmetric, since right now it's collapsing on one side. For Pardis' surgery today, I'll begin by harvesting cartilage from her ear and opening up her nose for the deconstruction. Then I'll fracture the nasal bones, bringing them in to fix her open roof deformity. After that, I'll perform a septoplasty and turbinoplasty, opening her airway and straightening her septum. Lastly, I'll place grafts from her ear and possibly her rib into the mid-portion and tip of the nose, decreasing the projection off her face, lifting the columella and improving her symmetry.
Hello.
Good morning.
How are you?
How you feeling?
I feel great, actually. I feel pretty good. I look worse than I feel.
Let me take a peek before we sit and talk about everything that we did.
All right. Don't hurt me, okay?
I won't, I promise I won't. I mean, you can't see right here, but they look pretty good. I mean, these things look good too. These little... Pardis' nose looks good. Now, Pardis' long-term process is just to heal. And the biggest thing is the swelling. Your tip right now is up a little bit too much. That's because we have the taper wrapped around. And all this, you really can't evaluate that for about a good, probably 3 months.
Okay.
She has to be really patient until the swelling goes away. But I know that her breathing will be a lot better and her nose will look aesthetically a lot better.
Thank you so much.
But I'm very happy. When we stared at your nose at the end,
So much.
we said, right on. I'll see you guys later on.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye. I feel great today. I'm meeting my family and friends, and this is really the first time they've seen me since my surgery, and I'm just really excited for them to see the results. When I got my first nose job when I was 15, I was immediately happy with the result, but over 10 years, I started noticing the imperfections of it. I could not breathe out of my left nostril for the life of me. I can smell everything now, whereas before, I wouldn't smell anything.
I'm getting a little anxious. I hope she gets here soon.
I know, I'm so excited to see her.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm nervous and waiting for this.
Killing me.
Yeah.
It was almost hard to sleep last night. I was so excited for
I
her
know.
and to
I
see
can
her.
barely
and-
sleep. Actually, Pardis' sleeping has gotten much better.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
She's snoring a lot less.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and she seems to be sleeping a lot more sound. So,
Which probably means you are too.
well, I am actually.
I can't wait, to see Pardis.
The whole healing has gone by so fast.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
I feel fantastic. I mean, just seeing the looks on their faces and the smiles, it just makes me so happy to see them happy, and it makes them happy to see me happy. Now I can actually smell the champagne. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah,
It smells so good.
that's
Oh,
nice.
that's nice.
And I can taste it a lot better too. Before my surgery, my nose was crooked, it was collapsed, I couldn't breathe, and it just made me feel self-conscious. But now the septum is the size it should be. It's no longer crooked at all, and I can breathe like I should. I'm not snoring anymore, which is really just a breath of fresh air.
I can't imagine living that with that every day.
I know,
Feeling
but the thing is, when you have it, you don't
Yeah.
realize there's a problem. Like you
That's
just,
right.
that's how you live, you know?
That's right.
And so you don't realize it's a problem until it's gone.
Everything comes together, self-confidence,
Yeah.
self-esteem,
Right.
and beautiful, so...
Everyone's beautiful in their own way. Somebody may not think I'm beautiful. I don't really care. It's how you feel with yourself and how, you are with the people that you love. Everyone else doesn't matter.
Now that you're happy, I'm happy.
Thank you, baby.
Of course.
Oh.